As the new IIHF Council prepares to get to work, it was time to acknowledge 4 longtime council members. IIHF VP Shoichi Tomita, a former Japanese national team goaltender, 34 years on the council, 18 years as a vice president.
Yes, when I started work for the IIHF from 1978, most of the hockey is North America and or Europe. But after I studied lots about the European hockey, North American hockey, I needed some things in Asia too.
I met Shoichi Tomita actually in Tokyo 30 years ago, and he is a fabulous man. He's a wonderful person. He's a prince for me. So what he did in the last 30 years for our game, especially here in Asia, is just massive.
Slovenian Ernest Aljancic leaves council after 9 years following a change in leadership in the National Federation.
When I was playing, together with my brother and even with my father, who was a member of Hockey Hall of Fame in Toronto, he was a pioneer and one of the founders of ice hockey in Slovenia. Second period, I became the hockey official, vice president and president of Slovenian Federation. It was a bright time for Slovenian hockey.
Brit Fred Meredith spent 18 years on the IIHF Council, specializing in very complex sport and legal issues.
To bring Fred actually in the council and to do his work as being in charge of putting together the statutes and bylaws, especially at that time, you know, when the European Union was formed and decided about different laws, especially in sport-related. Just think about the transfer of the Bosman case. So Fred was really valuable in the team just to adapt and adjust our regulations and bylaws.
When it's been 50 years since my first association with an IIHF event, which was with the British team in Colorado Springs in 1962, 50 years is a long time to reflect on. And then 30 years in Congress and 18 years on council. So I've seen a lot of changes. I think that's probably the most dramatic thing.
And Canadian Murray Costello. He served on council for 14 years.
It's been very pleasant overall. It's been challenging at times. It's been interesting all of the time. It's an interesting organization. You know, when you take the hockey family is still the hockey family, but when you broaden the scope of it to take in the entire globe, you really get some interesting and different perspectives.
Murray Costello, the living legend. I met Murray also 30 years ago. I think the first time was in Moscow or somewhere on the road, ice hockey. Fabulous person. I love Murray. He's a friend. We had a couple fights together, but he's a legend. He's the real person you can see. He lives ice hockey. He is ice hockey. The passion he has, the love he has for the game is exceptional.
Tomita, Aljancic, Meredith, and Costello. All 4 individuals honored with lifetime memberships from the IIHF.